खास मेहमान हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, उनसे बातचीत कर लेते हैं, जो कि मिस्टर बी त्यागराजन, ज्वाइंट एमडी ब्लू स्टार के। मिस्टर त्यागराजन, नमस्कार, स्वागत है कार्यक्रम में। सबसे पहले तो ये सीजन जो है ये बहुत क्रूशियल है आपके लिए भी, और एक अच्छी डिमांड देखी भी गई है इस पूरे सीजन में गर्मी की वजह से। गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, क्योंकि जो आंकड़े रहे हैं, अगर इसको हम आगे चल के नंबर्स पे देखें तो कितनी ग्रोथ आप देख रहे हैं जो गर्मी रही है इसकी वजह से, या फिर जिस पूरे समर सीजन में, और क्या ये पिछले कुछ सीजन से बेहतर रही है और ये मान सकते हैं कि ये ट्रेंड अभी कंटिन्यू रहेगा?
Good afternoon. Thank you for speaking to me. The season has been good. It is not as great as last year, but at the same time you can't compare it with last year. Last year was a golden summer. For example, we grew by over 50% in volume terms in many locations. At this point of our time, I think the summer in most part of the country is at its peak. And we should be targeting something like 30% growth this summer.
सर, क्योंकि पिछली बार के समर से कंपैरिजन भले नहीं हो पाएगा, लेकिन जो प्रोडक्ट कंपनी ने इस बार ही लॉन्च किए हैं और जिस तरह के इनोवेशन कंपनी लगातार कर रही है अपने प्रोडक्ट लाइन को लेकर, ये मान सकते हैं गोइंग फॉरवर्ड जो मार्जिन सिचुएशन है थोड़ी बेहतर होगी, एटलीस्ट पिछले साल के कंपैरिजन में, या सीक्वेंशियल आधार पर देखें तो भी?
Margin has been stable till now, at least. Post GST we have to wait and see. As of now, there is no concern in terms of margins at all. In one or two product categories we may have to adjust the prices. So far it has gone on well. Now in the month of June, in view of the GST, there are hesitations among the trade. How do I lift the material? If I am left out with the stock, what will happen? So as you are aware, the transition provisions are going to be further relaxed on June 3rd. There is a meeting in which the GST Council will decide what other measures they can take to allay the fears of the trade in this particular context. Our assurance to the trade is not to worry about, keep selling the product, and we will figure out a solution how to transit to GST. If the stocks are left out, how that should be treated. So there will be some minor price corrections that may time. I do not see any big erosion in terms of margins. But as you know, in the GST regime, air conditioners are fitted at 28%. That is roughly 2.5% higher than the current rate. So therefore we need to figure out how much we can pass on to the consumer, how much we can absorb. It depends on the supply chain efficiency. So there is a window that is available from 1st of July till 31st of December before the new energy label comes into picture. We will take a call in July first week or June last week.
जी, एक चीज जो क्रूशियल कंपनी के साथ रही सर, क्योंकि मेटल प्राइसेस ने एक नॉर्थवर्ड ट्रेंड दिखाया है, तो क्या इम्पैक्ट कुछ मार्जिन्स के ऊपर आया है इसकी वजह से? और दूसरी चीज, समर से पहले प्राइस हाइक भी इस सेक्टर के अंदर हुआ है, तो क्या प्राइस हाइक से कुछ रिलीफ आया? गोइंग फॉरवर्ड अब क्या फर्दर प्राइस चेंजेस एटलीस्ट जीएसटी के बाद हम मान सकते हैं?
For the summer season we procured the material, the raw material components all got procured somewhere in the third quarter itself, or January, February. There had not been a very major impact at that point of a time on commodities. The products that are getting sold in the month of May, June, July, there will be an impact on the higher commodity prices. But the commodity prices have become favorable at this point of a time. So you don't operate in a market based on month-to-month commodity prices. You take an overall call, like I may be losing some money at this point of a time, but I will gain at some point of a time. And I think post GST there may be an impact in terms of say 1% or 100 basis points, but it should get made up over the efficiency that is to be built. So our overall guidance is the margins for FY18 will remain same as FY17, a whole year put together. At least that is our goal, and we will meet that goal. That's what I'm attempting to do.
Okay. मिस्टर त्यागराजन, जब भी कभी एसीज की बात होती है या कूलिंग सॉल्यूशंस की बात होती है, हमेशा ब्लू स्टार का ही नाम सामने आता है। लेकिन ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम कंपनी ने प्रोडक्ट पोर्टफोलियो में काफ़ी चेंज किए हैं, जैसे कि वाटर प्यूरिफायर्स, वाटर कूलर्स, एयर प्यूरिफायर्स जैसे कई प्रोडक्ट भी शामिल किए हैं। इनकी डिमांड अभी कैसी आ रही है?
Water purifier has been a consistent market demand growth that prevails. Say for example, it's a CA 25% CAGR product it is. Our decision to enter water purifier is basically because of the fact that the market will continue to grow, and second is it is a growing middle class centric product. All our products are meant for high income group, and we are upper middle class. We wanted the entry level products to come in. So there are two products that got added. One is water purifier, other is air cooler. Now whether Blue Star will be known for water purifier, yes, in a couple of years time we must be. We are just 6 months ago we have launched the product. There is great level of acceptance, and we are growing the market. It is an investment phase. As far as air coolers is concerned, again it is a middle income group product. We have done well in this particular season. I think our market share has already reached somewhere around 5% in the very first year. In about couple of years time we should be crossing 10% market share figure. And whether we will be remembered for these products, the time will tell actually. We have to do everything right there in terms of product, in terms of service, in terms of our own share of market and the presence. We will do that.
जी सर, आपने कई प्रेस्टिजियस कंपनी ने कई प्रेस्टिजियस प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं, जैसे कि दिल्ली मेट्रो हुआ, पार्लियामेंट हाउस हुआ, इनकी कूलिंग सॉल्यूशंस को लेके आपने कई सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं। क्या कुछ इसी तरह के प्रोजेक्ट्स और कंपनी जिन पे कामकाज कर रही है, या कुछ ऐसे बड़े प्रोजेक्ट जिन पे कंपनी बोली लगा रही है, बिड कर रही हो?
Indeed, so if you take in India, in any commercial district, every third building Blue Stars should have an interest, either in terms of air conditioning or in terms of water cooler or in terms of a refrigeration product. So we have been market leaders. We have been around for more than 7 decades. We take pride in the fact that quite a few prestigious buildings or facilities we have done so. Say for example Mumbai Airport, and there are many projects that are on the anvil. But as you know, the commercial construction has been slow. It has not opened up in a big way. There are some signs that the market will revive. That is connected with many things actually. The GST on the buildings. The next thing is the Real Estate Regulatory Authority Act. Actually, there are certain regulations. The builders, developers have to readjust themselves, and most important fact is the commercial corporate sector will have to consume office spaces, which is directly related to employment generation. For example, each employee recruited by an organized sector consumes at least 50 square feet of air conditioned space. If 1 lakh people are employed, 50 lakh square feet should get consumed in terms of air conditioning. Right now IT is not a sector which is looking very great in terms of employment generation or expansion. But we are a long-term player. We have to wait and see. But you can be rest assured, if there are prestigious buildings, more than a third of that Blue Star will be doing it.
जी, सही कहा आपने सर, और आगे भी यही उम्मीद रखते हैं कि ऐसा ही होता हुआ दिखाई पड़ेगा। एक सवाल आपके इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस को लेकर सर, क्योंकि इंटरनेशनल ऑपरेशंस में मिडिल ईस्ट एक मेजर कंपोजिट करता है आपके रेवेन्यूज का, और क्रूड के जो रेवेन्यूज हैं या क्रूड बेस्ड जितनी इकोनॉमीज हैं वो इतना अच्छा नहीं कर रही हैं। इसका कोई इम्पैक्ट कंपनी के ओवरऑल बिजनेस पर?
Not so far. See, we are a recent player there. We have lot of grounds to cover. So from our small base, for us to achieve something like 20% growth every year is easily possible. And our strategy is very clear. We are going to be selective in terms of markets in Middle East or SAARC countries or North Africa. We are taking small steps in order to grow our market share. So in that context, I don't think these things are going to be creating a problem like an oil price or geopolitical issues. Our growth ambitions there are somewhat modest given the small base.
जी चलिए, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर अपना समय में देने के लिए, और हर बार की तरह आपसे बातचीत करके एक बार फिर से बहुत अच्छा लगा, और उम्मीद करते हैं ये सीजन आपके लिए काफी बेहतर रहे, और जो उम्मीद आप लगा रहे हैं उससे कहीं ज्यादा अच्छी सेल्स आने वाले समय में हम देखें। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अपना समय एक बार फिर से देने के लिए। अब बातचीत